Hello, and thank you for watching this video. My name is Pastor Nick Decker. I'm the kids pastor here at Lebanon, and I just want to take the next few minutes and train you who are parents and grandparents on how to use our new check-in system for the kids ministry starting January 20th. So if you could, just take the next few minutes, watch this video, and if you have any questions at any time regarding this check-in system, please let me know, and I'll be glad to help you. As you walk into the kids' hallway, you will need to enter room 108. As you enter the check-in room here, room 108 in the kids' hallway, you will notice in the back we have a couple computers here that you can use in order to check in your children and your grandchildren and those kids that you bring that are under your care. And I'm going to show you how to use these computers in a second. And we also have a couple iPads available as well that you can use to check in your children. I'm going to show you how to use those. But let me tell you this. We cannot allow, starting January 20th, you to go down the kids' hallway as parents and grandparents without a parent badge that we printed here in a second for you and your children. We also can allow your children to enter one of the classrooms without first receiving a child's badge that you will get once you check him or her in. So make sure that as you enter the kids' hallway, you enter room 108 first in order to check in your children so that we can get them properly checked in and make sure that they're safe. Make sure that we know all of their allergies. Make sure that we know who to contact in case of an emergency. And those are very important things that we're doing. And there are many reasons behind that, but for now, just make sure that you enter room 108 as soon as you come into the kids' hallway. You will notice when you walk into the room that there is a bar here, and on the bar you'll notice a desktop computer and an iPad. And let me say this, this desktop and this iPad are only going to be used for event sign-up. So if there's an event coming up in the kids' ministry that you want to sign your child up for, your grandchild, and you want to make sure that they're a part of it, we're not going to do any more paper sign-ups. We're going to have you sign them up electronically. This is going to save you and our team time as we start planning for events. The iPad that is farthest here by the printer, that's going to be used for the check-in system, and next I'll explain how to use that when you enter the room. Now, as you are going to check in your children or your grandchildren on any given Sunday for a Sunday morning Sunday school class or Sunday morning kids church or a Wednesday night Awana, you are going again to come to this iPad here that is by the printer, and I'm going to show you how to use that iPad if you want to do that again to check them in, or you can use the three computers on the back wall. You're going to notice here first of all search bar, and then you're going to notice the kids logo. What you're going to do is you're going to click on the search bar, and when you do, keypad's going to come up, and then I want you to search your child's name. For example, I'm going to use Peyton Wood because I know she's in the system. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to search Peyton, and when I search Peyton, the Wood household is going to come up. Now, how do you get to that point? Here's what I want you to do. Once you get done watching this video, I want you to go to our website at lbcnow.org, scroll to the bottom of the home page, and when you do, you will see an image that says update your contact information. Click on there and update your information and update your child's information as well. And when that happens, you'll be attached to a household and you will not have to go through all of the update contact information here on site. You can do that on your free time when you get a second at your house. So what you're going to do again is search your child's name. You're going to see a household, and when you do that, it's going to say Peyton and Hunter, who are kids. Let's say you want to just check in Peyton. You just click on Peyton, and then you're going to hit check in one person. Now, at the bottom, it's going to say check in by Matthew Wood. You can change that, and Lori could check them in by switching to Lori Wood if Lori's the one checking them in, or if Matthew's the one to check them in. All right, so we're just going to say, for example, Lori's going to check them in. She's actually going to check in both of them. So she's not going to just click on Peyton. She's also going to click on Hunter as well. And when that happens, you're going to see here in the corner, check in two people. What you're going to do then is you're going to click on check in two people. When that happens, it's going to say check-ins were successful. And then over here by the printer, it is actually going to cut it for you. It's going to print a label for Hunter Wood or your child, and then it's going to print a label for Peyton Wood. Now, what you'll notice is on each of these labels, you will see their name. You will see the kids' hallway. That's where they were checked in at. You will see the time, and then you will see the contact information at the bottom for emergencies. On Peyton's, you will notice that there is a medical note that was written down, and that's where the medical note will be written in between the location, in between the emergency contact information. Lastly, on the right side, you will see P4N8. on Peyton Woods, and you'll also see that on Hunter Woods. That will match this parent badge that Lori will take with her, P4N8. And now what's going to happen is when Lori goes to pick them up, she has to make sure her badge matches her child's badge. This badge that says Hunter on it and this badge that says Peyton will go on the back of Hunter and will go on the back of Peyton. And when Lori comes to pick them up, she will match it up to them in order to pick them up from the kids ministry. It's that simple. There's nothing else to it. That's how you check them in on the iPad. All right, parents, you will notice as you walk in as well, you will see these three kiosks here that say check-in station on them. If you do not want to use the iPad, you can use these three computers. They do the same thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to walk up to one of these desktop computers. And again, it's going to look just like this. It's going to have a search bar, and then it's going to have the kids logo. But this time, instead of being completely touchscreen, it's going to have a keypad for you to use. All right, so parents, as you walk up to the computer, you're going to again see the search bar. And at that point, same thing like the iPad, you're going to search for your child's name. So for example, I'm going to do Peyton Wood again because I know she is in the system. And when that happens, the Wood household is going to come up. And it's actually already going to check them in because I've done it so much. But again, what you're going to do is if you want to check them in, you're going to then click on their child's name. Let's check in both Hunter and Peyton. It's all touchscreen on the desktops as well, other than the keypad. The keypad is not touchscreen. But what you're going to do is click on them by touching the screen on the computers. It's again going to ask who's checking them in, Lori or Matthew, because they put in the system. At that point, you can add grandparents if you want to, or if you want to add another guardian that you trust to pick up your child. The only thing is that when they go to check them in, you have to make sure that they have that badge that we showed in the iPad section that matches the number there. So we're just going to do Lori Wood here. Then she, after you see the two check marks there, you're then going to go to check in 2 people. And when that happens, it's going to say checking in 2 people. And then down here, it's going to print out 2 labels for Lori to take. She takes them, or you take them, you rip them off. And again, let me lay them out here so you can see what happens. Again, prints out Hunter's. It says the location, the time, contact information, Peyton as well, and it also gives the medical note there in between the location that she was checked in at and where as well the contact information. And then you'll notice the parent badge and again it says U6, U4, which matches the ones on Hunter and Peyton. So when Lori goes to pick them up or whoever goes to pick them up, that number on the parent badge will match the number on the child's badge, which is going to be placed on their back. That again is how you use the desktop for those who are in the system. Parents, remember that you need to go to our website at lbcnow.org. Scroll to the bottom. You will see update your contact information there. Please take a second, update your child's information and your information as well so that we can get you attached to a household, and this will not have to be done on Sunday. Let's say you don't heed my warning. You don't go to our website and update all of your information before January 20th, but you walk in January 20th, January 27th, or 2 months from now, and you haven't entered the information. What you're going to do is you're going to go to a computer and you're going to type in your child's name. For example, let's use Jason. All right, you're going to search Jason. It says Jason is nowhere to be found, but it says don't fret. What you're going to do is add person. You're going to hit add to new household. When that happens, it's going to ask you to enter all of Jason's information. We're not going to do this for time's sake, but you can add medical notes. We want to know that, email address, addresses, things like that. Once you get done entering his information, you're then going to hit add new. At that point, you're going to enter yourself as the parent. So let's say Jason's mother's name is Hannah. She's the one entering him into the system to check him in. Hannah comes up. There's a couple Hannahs that come up because they're in the system, but Hannah, Jason's mother, is not in there. So Hannah is going to hit create new person. At that point, you're going to go through the same thing. You're going to enter all of their information. And again, this is why we're having you do this before January 20th, so we don't have to get backed up and have a long line. Once you get done entering your information as the guardian or the parent or the grandparent, you're going to hit make primary contact. That's going to put your name and number at the bottom. When that happens, you're going to then hit save household, and that is going to come up there. Now, at that point, not all of his information is entered for sake of time, but what's going to happen is you're going to then be able to print off a name tag for your child, and you're going to be in the system from here on out, so you won't have to do that ever again. That is for those who don't update their information. Again, go to lbcnow.org, scroll to the bottom, hit click on update your information, enter your child's updated information and your information. All right, we're going to show you how to check in a guest. So let's say you bring a guest on a Sunday morning, they have a kid, you want to check them into the system, but they're not in there because they're not a regular attender. Or remember, again, let's use Jason as an example. Jason is the child's name who is visiting with us. It's going to say Jason is nowhere to found. You're going to add person. You'll notice there that it says create a temporary one-time guest. You're going to click on that. It's going to say Jason. And then you enter the last name. We're going to use Decker because that's easy. There are no medical notes for him, but if there are, we want you to know that we want to keep up with that. We're going to use my name as the parent contact, emergency contact. We're going to use my number as well here. And then what's going to happen is when you do that, you're going to hit next. We're going to check him in the Children's Church hallway, and then we're going to say prepare check-in. When that happens, it's going to give Jason's information as a guest. You're going to hit check-in one person, and then it's going to say check-in in one person. It's then going to print out what we need for Jason and the parent. So we will see Jason's tag. That will go on the back of the child. It will go on the back of Jason. It will say he was checked in the Children's Church hallway at that time. No allergies. It's going to say Nick, who is the emergency contact, my number. And then the parent badge, again, is going to say E3K2. That's going to match the number on the back of Jason. And that's very important to know as you bring guests and invite guests and help them check in if you're around the check-in system. All right, that concludes our training for the check-in system starting January 20th. Let me say this, if you are a part of Awana, you are welcome to come in this room tomorrow night once you drop your child off, and you can actually work on the computer, you can work on the iPad, and you can get your information updated then, or again, you can go to our website at lbcnow.org, scroll to the bottom, find that image where it says update your information, and you can do that, but make sure you update it for your spouse, make sure you update it for yourself, and make sure you update it for your child or children. Once you do that, we'll attach everybody to a household so we don't have a big mess on January 20th. But remember, no one can check out a child without a parent badge, and that parent badge has to match the number that is on the back of the child. You also can't go down the kids' hallway without having a parent badge or a volunteer badge as well. So make sure that you take care of that. Stop by our room tomorrow night. I'll be in here. We'll have other people in here to help you out. We'd love to answer any questions you may have. Thank you again for watching this video, and we hope that you have a great day.